All right, everyone. So I've got a broken lawnmower. I already took off the top here, mainly because the nuts that were holding this on must have stripped out here, here, and here, and so it kind of came off. But at the same time, there used to be a plastic piece on this bit here, and that plastic piece cracked and broke, so no longer does the recoil work. So I need to fix the recoil mechanism on this lawnmower. First step is going to be remove the gas tank and make sure that we have no gas. I already emptied most of it, so you can slide that off if you've got the top off, and it will just kind of come off the carburetor. But I'm going to have this ready, this cup here, just to catch any gas that might be in it. There's just a little bit in there, not much. Okay, there we go. All right, now that we have the cover off, I got a new part for that. Okay, so this is the piece that had broke off. So this is the reason we need to replace it on here. I think I can just, let me see, how does this come off? Looks like it's just kind of pops right off. Let me see here. That one clip has a spot to get a screwdriver in. This one also has a spot. This one, let's see. Yeah, so each of these has like a little spot that you can get a screwdriver in and kind of pry it. You push and kind of pry and get it out of there. The third one's just a real tough one. Oh, there, it came right out. There we go. All right. I probably could have just pulled that other plastic thingy off, but the rope on this is also starting to fray a little bit. So figure the new one. The new one was 18 bucks on Amazon. I'm hoping it's as good as the other. Let me just do a quick comparison and see if these match up perfectly. Oh yeah, they do appear to match up pretty perfectly. Even these feel the same. This one has a little Briggs & Stratton logo, and this one's just blank, but I think it feels exactly the same. So, let's hope. As far as getting this in, it should just snap in to place. So we want the pole to be on this end. This is where it was before, about like this. I'm hoping I can just slide that in. It looks like there's notches here. There we go. Yeah, snapped right in. All right. Perfect. I like it. Should be able to start up again. So one other thing I want to do before I start fixing those, retapping those holes. The blade, I think, is pretty well tore up at this point, and trash here on there. So I want to sharpen this. I think I've hit enough rocks. All right. I don't know if this is gonna be metric or English. Let's see. It's definitely not that one. Well, that one fits, but it fits loose. And that one fits also a little bit loose. So I'm assuming that is not metric. Let's see. That's the tightest one, which is a 5/8. It's either 5/8. Yeah, it's probably pretty good. I'm gonna go with its 5/8. I might be able to. There we go. I think it's coming. All right. So I just hold the blade. We'll get this on there. Probably would work better with an impact driver. I happen to have one, but it is what it is. We have this off now. And you can see this is dinged up. It's actually not terrible. This side is a little bit more dull. But we can just take that, hit it on the grinder, and we'll be in good shape. So I'm trying to get this so that I'm doing the same angle as what was on it before. All right, that's looking pretty good. Not sure if you can see it as well, but that side is, I think, all set. All right, I think we should be good now. Both are nice and sharp. Now that these are nice and sharp again. You need to make sure I'm putting that on. I'm not sure if it matters either way. Definitely like that. Yeah, it must be like that. That's how I took it off. Put that back on there like that. It's nice and easy. All right, this. See if it gets seated any better. Yeah, no, that's perfect. All right, so now we have a nice sharp edge for mowing. Now we just need to get the top to stay on. All right, so this is the issue I'm dealing with, and what caused that whole thing to break before is the whole top came loose. You can see here, this is where these 3 screws go in that hold the recoil mechanism on. This one you can get started, but you can see it slips. This one might be the screw. This one seems to hold a little better. It's still slipping, but there was another one that was just, you could slide it right in and out. I do have some 1024 2-inch, which these will be substantially bigger, and actually will seem to work with those threads a little bit to where I probably even need to retap it. I'm going to see if I have, I think these are in probably 1/2 inch too long. Let's see if I have some that are, yeah, right around 1/2 inch too long. Let's see if I have 1.5 inches that are 1024. Okay, I think I have a plan here. I have a little tiny lock nut washer and a flat washer, and I'm going to go with these. It's still 2 inches, which is longer than I wanted, but just looking at this, it looks like it'll clear okay. And actually, if it does penetrate through, and if it's still not solid in there, I can put a nut on the bottom side of it to snug it up. So that is what I'm going to try. I think on this one was still holding okay. I'm going to probably use the regular one for that. So that went right through. Yeah, so that's still sliding on there. But I think I'm going to try, if I can, I'm going to try and get a nut on there. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get this nut to go on there just because there we go. A little easier than I thought. All right. So I think now there we go. So that one's on there tight. Let's see which one of these looks to be the least stripped. Maybe it's this one. It still seems like it just spins, so I feel like it gets down there and maybe it's holding tight enough. In fact, you know, just with those on there, it does seem to be tight enough. On this one, there is no way to access. See if you guys can get you guys in here. So you can see I can get to it. I just have to reach my finger down in that little gap. And I should be able to reach that screw, the end of it. I'm gonna do that now. I won't be able to show you, unfortunately, but I'll get it on there. Make sure you put the gas tank back on. What did you guys tell me? I got all the way done putting that all together. Just realized that this was not on. Let me take it all back off. And that's going to make it much more difficult for me to reach that last nut. You know, I'm going to try, if I put that one on, yeah, I'm going to try this one first because I think I can reach it a little bit better. So let's try that. What did I do with those nuts? Here's a nut. So with all the other ones off, I can reach under here. I'm going to first get it started. Then I can lift this up. Easier access. Let me try. Whoa, that was tough. Got it on. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Now we got it all together. We also need to do all right. Just got to show you this. So coming back to the back corner of the property here to put the grass clippings away. And look at that little guy. They do this. You don't have to mess with them. The mom's around somewhere. They keep an eye. So this little guy, they were trained to sit still. Well, I guess it's just, I don't know if they're trained, but they are. It's what they do. You just sit still. Mama will be back. Just leave them alone. Don't worry about Mama not having her baby. Making progress, but I have more to go and I ran out of gas. Still have that patch there and then this edge of the property. But check out, our friend's still here, but our grass pile's getting huge. This is, so it's about, I don't know, waist high. Friend is still there. Hello, buddy. All right, so that really put this to the test. I'll show you a few things, but so the cheap Amazon, you gotta replace that. You know, I mean, granted, I probably started this 80 times today, but geez. Should hand up. It actually cracked on the first, like, within first 3 pulls. All mode. Nice and short, just like a lawn should be. You know, this was waist high. Pile of grass in the back. It's about neck high now. That's the pile. And there's our friend. Still hanging out. I swear I must have had like 80 bags of grass. It's just insane. But man, it looks nice. Useful now. All right, I just took off the Briggs & Stratton handle. So this one's didn't survive the first day of use. I'm gonna use my vice grips to hold the line.
It has to be shorter.
There we go. That'll hold the line while I try to pull this out. I'm gonna grab my pick, trusty pick, just to try and grab the line and pull it out.
Dad, that's a screw.
I need something to snip that with. All right, so now I need to cut that. I'm going to use bolt cutters, so we'll see if these work. I don't know if these are, oh yeah, perfect. All right, so you might notice this is fraying a little bit. That should prevent the fraying. Once it cools a little bit, you can kind of touch it, but don't grab it right away or it will burn you. You need it just small enough that it will thread through okay. All right, I'm going to flame it again, but this time I'm going to use this to sort of shape it.
What are you doing? Dad, what are you doing?
There.
Dad.
Now it should be easier to thread it up through there. There we go. Okay. Well, all it takes is a half knot.
Are you gonna help me with bedtime?
I thought you were still getting voting. I'll be. All right.
It'd be nice for you to start it.
Sorry.
Did you guys feed the dog?
No, I ended up dealing with Finn.